Hello everyone, and welcome to A Week in My Life. So it's been a little bit since I last vlogged. Unfortunately, because of that, I haven't vlogged most of the process of editing my current work in progress, Project Calliope. Project Calliope is a gothic fantasy that I am hoping will become my debut, and I am currently on draft 3, revising it in preparation for querying. I started draft 3 at the beginning of June. My self-imposed deadline for it is the end of August. Currently, it is Sunday, August 10th. So I have a little less than 3 weeks, and I have almost all of it to do. So in the past couple months since I started draft 3, I have absolutely not been consistent with editing this. But I really want to make my deadline, and I have 25 chapters to edit still. This vlog is going to be just a little week in my life. I'm going to try and get 5 chapters edited, so a chapter every day. Hopefully, if I could get about more or less a chapter every day, then I should be able to make my deadline. So I hope you're ready to see me do my best on that goal. Grab a cup of something nice and let's get to work. I have quite a few things to do today. I've been having a very productive morning. It's one of my days off today, so I've been trying to be really productive before I have to go back to work tomorrow. I need to film a video, 2 videos actually, and I need to write. That's the most important one. So I might try to go about today at least with on and off work sessions. 30 minutes or so of writing and then go ahead and do one of my other tasks that needs to get done. I think that might help me to make sure that both gets done. So I wanted to start off with a writing session, but my laptop just died right before I started recording this. My Scrivener project is still open on my laptop, and the way that Scrivener works is that if you have it on 2 devices and you want to work on the same project on both of those devices, it can only be open on 1 device at a time. I hope that they update that eventually and make that a little more intuitive, but for now you have to have it closed on one before you can open it on the other. And since my laptop just died with my Scrivener file open, I can't open it on my desktop computer yet, so in the meantime I think I'll film a video. But as soon as my laptop is charged, I am going to do a writing session because I really want to write. Last Friday, my husband and I went to a cafe and we worked for a while, and I got a lot of writing done. I got half a chapter edited, I think. I've been really kind of in a slump state with my writing and with editing this project in the last couple of months. It's been really hard for me, but something just clicked while we were sitting in that cafe and working, and since then I just really want to get back to the writing. I want to get back to working on this project, and I feel like it's heading in a good direction, and I really want to keep working on that because I'm really motivated and excited about this project. So I've been itching to be able to write. I wasn't able to write yesterday because we were pretty busy, but today I really want to. If my laptop was alive, I would definitely start off with a writing session, but we'll just start off with filming. So I will be back. I'm gonna go plug in my laptop, film, and I will talk to you when I get back from that. It is currently 4:22. I ended up filming both videos because I was kind of in a groove. So now those are off of my to-do list. I just have to do my writing for the day. So really excited to finally get to that. I have like 20 to 30 minutes until my husband gets home. So we'll see where we get in that time. I'm really excited to get back into writing. I have been writing for a couple minutes and I'm having some thoughts. I honestly might switch around some things. I'm currently working on chapter 2. I'm about halfway through. Draft 2 is a really short draft, and I kind of just copied everything over into a new manuscript for draft 3. This chapter was super short to begin with. It was only 4 pages. Now it's up to 5, but I am on page 3, so about halfway through. I am restructuring a couple things in the beginning of this book. The way that 2 of my characters meet is a little weird in draft 2, and so I'm restructuring it to be more natural and more interesting, and to kind of introduce you to their relationship and the other character's personality. So I would be cutting basically the rest of this chapter. The way that it goes doesn't fit into how the story is going to work, so I would have to be erasing it anyways, which would mean that this is a 3-page chapter, and that's like ridiculously short. With chapter 3, this chapter is also very short. It's only 4 pages, a little less than 2,000 words, and it's also super short, and not a lot happens. The entire chapter would also be basically thrown out and rewritten to be the new structure that I have in mind of the way that they meet now. So I'm thinking I might combine chapters 2 and 3 and maybe 4, depending on how things go. I'm at least, I think, going to combine chapters 2 and 3 because I don't think that it works having it in 2 different chapters. I don't think it really makes sense. I had wanted to end chapter 2 on like a bit of a cliffhanger, but I don't think that I needed to do that. I think the tension was fine if I just continued with the chapter, but especially now that I'm reworking things, I think that I should just combine the chapters, go with the new structure, lengthen everything overall. That's one of my biggest goals with this draft, is to lengthen the word count and the length of the story. We're currently at 53,923 words, which is incredibly short for an adult fantasy novel. I'm aiming to get this draft up to 100,000 words, so I think that it would work just a lot better if I made this second chapter into a much longer, much more fleshed out and better developed chapter. At the very least, I'm putting 3 into the end of chapter 2. I might also put chapter 4 just because of the way that that chapter goes. I think that it might be best. I'm gonna keep working. I am gonna start making dinner soon because I am getting hungry. I want to keep working. I'm really in the groove. I'm really excited about this story. I don't know. I just want to spend more time with this. I'm getting back to that itch to want to write, which I've been really missing. So I'm definitely going to do at least another 30 minutes right now. Hopefully at some point tonight I'll be able to get to it again. We'll see. It's Monday, August 11th. It is almost 4 p.m. I got home from work a little while ago, but I ended up binge reading the rest of my book. I'm about to sit down and I think do some writing. I've been itching to get to it like all day at work. I just couldn't stop thinking about how badly I wanted to write. Let's get to work. It is Tuesday now. I am about to sit down and do some work. I wasn't able to do a whole lot yesterday. Today I'm hoping to get more done. Ideally, I would love to get to the end of chapter 2, which would mean taking in chapters 3 and 4 also. So that would count for editing 3 whole chapters, which would be great, especially in terms of this video. I've just been, again, all day just itching to get back to my book, and I'm really loving that I'm having this feeling right now. I'm pretty motivated, so hopefully I will be able to do a decent amount. When I was at work today, I had an idea for an edit that I want to make to the story, which wasn't initially in my thoughts at all. I didn't even think of changing this part of the story, but I had an idea. I think it'll do really good in a lot of different ways. I actually had 2 different ideas at work. Okay, I've been so excited about this project that I just can't stop thinking about it, and I've had some good ideas. Yeah, super excited to get to work. I want to sit down and start working. It's the next day. It is almost 6. I didn't update last night because I was kind of having a crisis with the book, and I was realizing that I think I need to make a very major plot decision. I don't want to get into it too much tonight because it's just a lot and I'm still figuring things out. Basically, I've come to a big realization on something on the plot. I think that it kind of needs to be entirely reworked. I've been thinking about it kind of non-stop since last night. I made like an hour-long voice memo just talking about my thoughts and what I was gonna do. I was thinking about it while I was falling asleep. Went to work thinking about it. I brought my iPad so that I could work on it. I don't know, I've just been thinking about the book all day, which is really great. I like that I'm thinking about the book so much, but also, I don't know, I'm just really stressed. There's a lot of work to do, especially if I do this plot rework, and I think I'm going to. It's kind of a hard decision to make, but I think that the book might be better for it. I think it probably will be better for it. Let's just get to work. It is Thursday, August 14th. I am off of work today and then I go back tomorrow, so I'm kind of trying to get a lot of work done today. I've decided to extend this vlog, and for this video I really want to get to that 5 chapters mark, and I'm hoping to knock out most of them today. I have no other obligations. I'm just gonna work as much as I can and hopefully get a lot of work done. I've been making progress. I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to get done tonight. I'm just gonna work until dinner. I'm really happy with everything that I've managed to get done, and I'm looking forward to the scenes that I have coming up to write. It is Sunday now. I do need to get some writing in because I didn't write yesterday and I didn't write Friday. I think I'm just gonna sit down and write away. I'm still trying to chip away at that same section, absorbing chapters 3 and 4. Hopefully I'll be able to get a little closer today, but I'm honestly kind of hesitant to say that I want to finish it anymore because I feel like every time that I say that, I don't end up finishing it. I'm gonna do my best. We'll just see where the night takes us. I have been so exhausted today, which makes no sense because last night I actually got to bed at a good time. So it's been kind of a struggle to have the motivation to do work. But last night I finally got to the end of editing what used to be chapter 3. So that means that I've done 2 chapters in this video. I really want to pick up the pace. I think I've just been stuck on this section that I'm in. I keep talking about it. Chapters 2, 3, and 4. I'm finally almost to the end. I have a little bit left. I'm really tired, but I do have a bit of motivation to work on that, so I'm excited. I also think that I'm nearly done figuring out how to rework the plot a little bit with that plot issue that I was having before. I've been brainstorming at work because I have a little bit of downtime while I'm there. We're gonna get to work. said that this was going to be a week of my life. I think we're at 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, writing has not been going good. Last I updated, I think I was just telling you about how I was kind of having troubles with my plot and realizing that I maybe wanted to make a really big plot change. Now I'm kind of going back on that. I'm not really sure if that's the right move. I think that's just such a core fundamental part of revisions and the editing process. Breaking your plot and dismantling your plot again and again. I don't think you can really do revisions without at least in some way breaking your plot. So I'm totally fine with all of these changes. They do stress me out a little bit because I just am trying to figure out what is the best thing to do for this story, but I have been bringing my iPad with me to work because I have a keyboard that goes with it. Just doing some writing when I have a moment, just kind of working through my plot issues. I was trying to, I guess, kind of re-outline for that original major plot change. I think the major problem with this book is the lack of content. I think I just need to add more to it, and I think that maybe I wouldn't need to make this major plot change. I'm kind of back and forth on this. I'm not super certain yet what I'm going to do. It's been hindering my writing progress. I haven't actually edited very much. I think I've edited 2 chapters now, maybe 3. Tonight I want to do some more brainstorming, do some more working through the plot, and come to a decision about that plot thing. I'm gonna go get to work and I will update you later. I have come to a decision about the book. I am not going to be going ahead with the major plot change that I thought I was going to make, and instead I'm just going to commit to some major developmental changes by adding content to the book and kind of shifting around some of the order of things. I feel like this is the right thing to do. I'm excited to finally have that out of the way because now I can get back into editing and actually really sink my teeth into this book, knowing that it is going to be staying the way that I have it right now. I am going to do as much writing as I can today and actually make some progress on this manuscript finally, but I have made the decision to push back my deadline because it is August 27th. There is no way that I'm going to be able to get this draft done in the next 3 days. I'm going to aim for the end of September, but at the end of the day, my self-imposed deadlines don't matter more than the story itself, so whatever it takes to make this story good and readable and enjoyable, I'm going to commit to. I like to work with deadlines, but I'm not going to prioritize a deadline over the quality of the book. Anyways, I'm gonna get set up and get writing. So like I was saying in the last clip, I work best with deadlines. That's how I've found that my writing process works out the best. I feel like I do the best work. I do work in a timely manner that way. It might not work for everyone, but it definitely works for me. But those deadlines just will never come before the quality of my work, especially right now when there's no outside pressure for those deadlines. I don't have a publisher or an agent telling me to turn my book in. It's just me getting these books done on my own time. I really don't think that there's any need for me to be super strict about those deadlines because I am not under any outside pressure. As I'm editing this video, I have actually pushed my deadline back again, hoping to get it done by the end of October. Both of these deadline pushes were made because I just have had limited time lately, and that also affects YouTube, but it is especially affecting my writing. I have been struggling to find the time to put good work in, and I just want to make sure that I am doing the best work that I can, making this the best book that I can. So even though my process does work best with deadlines, I'm not afraid to push those back if I need to. I just think that any process with anything, but especially with writing, anyone's process is going to have times when it just doesn't work. I think it's really important to recognize that and to be willing to shift around how you work and try new things. Even though I like to work with deadlines, I am not scared to move them around and recognize when it's not working editing and I need more time. It has been a little while since I filmed. It is Monday, September 8th. I think the last time I updated was in August. Since I had last updated you, a little bit has happened. I don't really remember what I've told you. I am now at 4 chapters edited, so I'm not sure how much I've updated you on, but I have had some productive work sessions. This has been never ending and I am so ready to finish this vlog. Sorry that this has been such a long journey, but I think that we're finally going to finish it soon. I have one more chapter to do to finish my goal of editing 5 chapters during this vlog. I'm about halfway through editing my 5th chapter and it's going pretty good. I need to recheck my notes and see exactly what I'm trying to accomplish with this chapter, because a lot of the beginning chapters I am reworking pretty significantly to kind of better accomplish my goals with the beginning of this story. But I think I'm about halfway, which is really good. I'm going to work pretty much all of today. I do think I have some schoolwork to do today, but I'm excited to make some progress and I'm feeling really good about this story. It's on and off, actually. I go through times when I feel really good about it, and then I go through times where I feel like this is the worst thing ever written and like I'm never going to get published. We'll see what today is like, to be determined. Let's go get writing. I'm sure you can probably tell in that last clip, but on this day I was not doing very well. I don't want to get too much into it, but my mental health has been pretty rocky for a while, and this was just one of those days. I ended up setting myself up for tea, both to help myself lock in and to kind of cheer myself up a little bit. I grew up having tea parties with my family, so things like this, even on my own, are super fun and comforting. I also collect teapots, so it's really fun to get them out and feel fancy even on just a random Monday evening. Writing ended up going pretty well, all things considered. I guess moral of the story is to take care of yourself on your bad days, do something comforting, and do something you love. Getting to sit and drink tea with my fancy dishes and write this story that I love so much was really good for me that day. Just a really fast update because my camera's about to die. And sorry if you can hear dishes in the background because my husband is washing the dishes. That writing session went really good. I wrote like 800 or 900 words. It's kind of hard to track because of editing. I'm taking out words, I'm adding some words, so it's kind of iffy, but I think I wrote 800 or 900 words. I added a scene that I think is really good for the main character. Like, it really adds something to her arc and to her personality and to just her as a character that I think was really missing before. I didn't even plan to write that. I just was kind of following the progression of the edits that I was working on, and then I thought, oh, wouldn't this be an interesting scene? So I added it, and then I also came up with a line to add at the end that really adds some depth to it, so very happy about that. I still have 3 or 4 pages to work on editing. I'm excited to dive back into editing tomorrow. I almost want to take my laptop to work, but I don't think that would be a good idea. Today I am determined to finally finish this vlog. It has been way too long in the making. I think I'm gonna sit outside. The weather has been really nice here lately. It's been cooling down a lot and feeling like fall. Fall is absolutely my favorite season, so I've been really loving this weather. So I think I'm gonna sit outside and just do some work on this, hopefully get lots of good words in, really make some progress with this. I feel like I'm doing good with this project. It's finally done. I have finally edited 5 chapters. Writing went pretty good today. I wrote outside and then I wrote just in my kitchen with a pot of tea. That's where I was writing right now when I finished my 5th chapter, which was technically now it's chapter 4 because of the way that I've moved things around. I'm super excited to be finally done with the 5 chapters. I still have so much work to do for this book, but at the very least now I've got through that much. Hello, Future Kenzie here to finally close out this video because we finally finished the 5 chapters that I set out to edit, and I'm really happy that we finally got that done. I know I set out this video with the goal of having it done in a week, but hopefully this was still an enjoyable video even though it took much longer than I had planned. I'm excited to keep working on this story. I'm hoping that progress will be a little faster here on out. I'm figuring out how to fit in writing with all of the life stuff that's going on. I think that's my main challenge that I was having during this video, is that so much is happening in my life lately that it is very hard to fit in writing in between all of the other things. So I'm gonna keep working on that, keep trying to figure out ways to get the writing in, the vlogging in, get everything done, because I do really love making these videos and I want to be able to put them out on a more consistent basis. So if you enjoyed this video, leave me some kind of tea related emoji because I really enjoyed having those little pots of tea during this video. So a teapot or a teacup or something like that. Leave me a tea emoji down below. Also, feel free to check out any of my other videos. I have lots of other writing vlogs up on my channel. Hopefully I will be able to have my next one up soon, as long as it doesn't take as long as this one did. Feel free to stay tuned for any of that, but either way, I hope that you're having a great day. Bye.